I suck at celebrating myself. You just beat yourself up mentally today, didn't you? Not sure if you struggled with that like I have. Hello, fellow plant weirdos. It's your girl, Carmiel Marceline. If you are new to the channel, hey. Welcome to the family. We unabashedly hyperfixate on plants here. But that's okay, because plants can be healing. They can be cathartic. They can lift you up when you are feeling so down. And did you know you can also use plants to love yourself? Not sure if you struggled with that like I have. It's taken me 16 years of going to therapy to even start that journey. Are you with me or am I just alone? I hope not. And you know what? Self-love is about making space for yourself so that you can recharge, relax, and be there for other people. No comments about how self-love is selfish, because that is the furthest from the truth. So in today's video, I'm going to share 5 different ways that you can leverage your time, your love for plants to build that muscle of loving yourself, because it's important. Tip number 1, make time for your plant hobby. Are you a fair weather plant lover? Yes, I'm talking to you. Do you not prioritize tending to your plants even though you know it gives you joy? Are you sure you're even on the right channel? You should make time for this hobby, because when you spend your time doing the things that make you happy, it fills your cup up, it lifts your spirits so that you can invest in yourself and be there for other people. And I know there can be moments in life when this is happening, that is happening, and you just don't have the time. But make the time. Schedule 15 minutes every day, every couple of days, maybe even once a week to invest in yourself and taking care of just one plant, okay? Literally, start with one. You don't need 50, 75, 200 plants like me. You can start off small, because doing so reduces your anxiety, reduces your stress, and it just lifts your mood. Tip number 2, see beauty in the simple things. Now, I've talked about gratitude a bit on my channel and how the power of thinking positively has great effects on the rest of your mental health. If you haven't checked out my video on de-stressing with your plants, I'm going to link it up there for you to enjoy. But the main thing to take away here is that gratitude is about focusing on the things that you have in your life, the things that you are thankful, grateful for, so that you spend less time focusing on the things that you don't have, because I'm sure a lot of us do that. We live in a world where we're always fixated on the future instead of spending precious moments enjoying what's in front of our very eyes at that very moment, in that very second. The next time that you are tending to your plants, instead of focusing on how quickly you can finish watering all 50 in your collection or dusting those leaves off and adding neem oil to them, pause for a second. Take in what you're doing in that exact moment. So for me, instead of focusing on these dead leaves, which I probably 100% did yesterday, I'm going to focus on the awesome new growth right over here, even over here, because that makes me feel good. By making a conscious effort to appreciate the small little things, to see the beauty in them, we can open our hearts to even more joy, happiness, and self-love. Tip number 3, let go of perfection. We're human, and it's 100% in our DNA to always find the fault in ourselves, to never be satisfied with where we are at a specific moment in time, right? I'm sure you just beat yourself up mentally today, didn't you? I know I did. And there's one thing that my therapist told me a couple years ago that has always stuck with me. And I want you to write this down. I want you to pause and just internalize this moment. If you wouldn't say that to your best friend, should you say that to yourself? Chances are probably not. Give yourself grace. Stop beating yourself up. If you forgot to repot your pothos for the last several weeks, I'm sure your pothos will be just fine if you can't get to it for another month. It's not dire. Or if your plant doesn't look as gorgeous as this influencer's or that influencer's, that's okay. Plants are amazing because of what they are naturally. And you know what? If this makes you feel better, my Cebu pothos is super leggy and has, goodness, a lot of leaves that just, I don't know where they went, okay? But instead of beating myself up about how, hey, this plant isn't as gorgeous as this one person's, the plant itself makes me happy. So isn't that okay? Just on its own? The biggest takeaway here is you can't begin to love yourself without accepting yourself first. Tip number 4, celebrate yourself. I suck at celebrating myself. At work, I am so good at recognizing other people's contributions, achievements, but I always felt that putting the attention on me was selfish. That why are you focusing on you when you should be focusing and caring about the needs of other people? Which 100% that's true, but it should never be in conflict with you focusing on yourself. So the next time you are taking care of your plants, take a second and celebrate yourself. Celebrate your wins, your achievements. They can be big, they can be small. For instance, I brought this back to life because I forgot to water it for several weeks. That's a pretty big win. Or, hey, I remembered to water one of my plants that I kept forgetting about. That might be a small win, but hey, you should still celebrate it. And if that doesn't come naturally to you, like it doesn't for me, I don't just wake up, water my plants and start celebrating myself. One of my favorite things to do is actually go on the Notes app, and at the end of the day, I like to list out all of my different wins. They can be plant related, they can be work related, they can just be personal life related, Otis related, and it just allows me to give myself a bit of praise. Tip number 5, say no. As a recovering people pleaser, this one I continue to struggle with. It always feels as if when I say no to other people, even if they are overstepping the boundaries that I've set, I feel bad. I feel guilty, as if I'm letting them down. But nope, you shouldn't feel that way at all. As a plant lover, I get asked so many questions from my inner and outer circle. I get questions from my best friends, my acquaintances, my colleagues, my family about, hey, what is a good plant for this specific space? What if I have no experience whatsoever with plants? What would you recommend? Oh, my plant seems to be losing a lot of leaves. Do you know why? Or I'm going on vacation. How should I keep my plants from dying? Well, I usually love, and don't get me wrong, I love answering all of those questions, but sometimes I just don't have the mental bandwidth to do that. Maybe I had a really stressful day, maybe I had some bad news about Otis, and I just don't have the mental capacity to help someone out. That's okay. I can say no. Because if I say no to someone else, I can say yes to myself. There you have it. Those are 5 different tips to help you build that self-love muscle using your plants. Were there any tips I shared that you already incorporate into your life? Are there things that you do that I should incorporate in my routine? Let me know down in the comments. If you liked today's video, hit that like button. Yeah, If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to know every single time I post, which is every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, ring that bell. And with that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I love you all so very much, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, bye!